G'day ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shane from RQB, and today I'm going to take you through how to do a 6-month service on your MG10 Business Buddy. For this job you're going to need the service kit that you received that includes 4 filters, so your 2 black, your red and your green, the carbon mat as well. The tools that you're going to need, a bucket as we go through this, a bit of water that you could have either pulled from this machine prior or just gotten out of the tap, a bin to throw out all the waste, some gloves and a pressure washer, ideally with both attachments, one that's a high pressure one and one that's a lower pressure one, a cloth, a towel and some spray and wipe. As far as the pressure washer is concerned, you're also going to need some kind of object to get the filters up off the ground, so that way they don't get backblast off whatever ground you're cleaning them on. You'll see that when we get to that. So let's jump into how to get this machine serviced. So the way we start this 6-month or 18-month service is turn the machine off. So unplug the power. Now we're going to work from the bottom to the top, from the back to the front for this machine. So turning the machine around, the first thing that we're going to want to do, if we reach under here where this red sticker is, there's a leak sensor there. It's a rubber gasket. Can be a bit of a pain to get off. That rubber gasket, we're going to pop it off now and we'll put it on at the end. Reaching into the bottom tank. Now, this mesh basket can be kind of manky, but that's okay, we'll clean it out now. We grab the water that's in here and empty it out. With this emptied out, we're now going to scrub out any of the gunk that's in here. So just with our spray and wipe, giving it a good scrub all the way around the inside, making sure we're cleaning the white mesh. So inside here, so we've cleaned all this out, we've made sure that we've cleaned all the way around on the floats and we've cleaned off that LED there. Now that that's all clean, we'll grab the fresh water, dip in just a little bit, give all the edges a good rinse, make sure we've got no spray and wipe left in there, and empty that bucket out. What we're now going to do is pull out this tray. This carbon mat can be rather disgusting, so that's going straight in the bin. You pull out the air filter. This mesh opens up so you can pull it out, but for this one, for this service, we're going to clean it with it in that mesh. So from here, crush the wire on that bag, it just pops on that little mesh, it pops out. Popping out the little metal mesh, making sure that's flat. Pulling out the carbon bag, let's get the carbon bag and this air filter nice and cleaned. So for this one, you can see here I've got the air filter elevated up off the ground. You're going to want a pressure filter with a lower pressure, so not the nozzle that spins, the one that's just flat. We're going to clean this out. So we're going to go all the way across, all the way back on both sides to get it nice and clean. So that's our air filter, nice and clean. Put this up on the side to dry. It'll take about 4 to 5 hours to dry out properly. Alright, we're now going to clean out the bag, the mesh bucket that it was in, as well as the tray. For this one, you're going to want a higher power sprayer. Mine goes round in circles. You're also probably going to want to put a glove on your non-dominant hand. These things can really hurt if it hits with the water. So, starting with the tray. So we're back from the pressure washer. Our cage is now clean, the bag's now back in there and the mesh is on the top. We're also going to grab our tray and put the new carbon mat on. So now, metal lid back on, mesh bag with new carbon filter in. So with our mesh back in, we now fill this tank up. Remembering that we fill this tank external to the machine. Grab our rag, any water that may have dribbled down here into the tray. We're going to wipe that out. Make sure there's no water here, and then put our tank back in, get our tray, and slide this back in. And put in that frame back into the machine. So we've spun the machine around. We're going to get in here now and change the cartridges. So putting hands either side, push down, that cover will come forwards. You can now see the cartridges that we're going to get to black, black, red, green. What we're going to do before we change these, have a look inside, make sure there's no water leakages. So a little bit of dirt down the bottom here is okay. Dirt up the top's fine. We actually like dirt. That means it's telling us that we're not seeing any water leakages, otherwise you'd see mud. Water here on the filaments is okay. That's actually where the water is made in these machines. But we want to make sure that there's no other water around here. Before we change the filters, spray and wipe again in our rag. Give it a bit of a clean. And with everything clean, we're now going to change the filters. So grab a bucket, because these will contain a bit of water. They'll naturally have a bit of water come out when you open them up as well. So to prevent any leaks, particularly if you're doing this inside, grab a towel, put that underneath, and now let's pull all the old filters off. And with the old filters off, so the order again, black, black, red, green. Grabbing a towel, wiping up any spills, and then for this cover, so there's the two lugs that are located down the bottom. These go into the holes down here. Push down, spring loaded, pop up. From here, we're now going to give the machine just a bit of a general clean over, just with a cloth. We're not going to use the pressure washer for this bit. Make sure any of this dirt that's in the tray, on the buttons, on the top is all gone. So I'm just going to grab the spray and wipe now and give this machine a clean down. Alright, so we've done the cartridges, we've done the filters at the back, so that was the carbon mat and the air filter, as well as the bag. The cartridges are done. Last thing to do now is reset the screen to make sure everything's worked. So, putting our finger under the sticker, peeling that back so we can get to the control panel. Power back onto the machine. So what we need to do now, you'll see here that the filter replace is flashing, saying we need to replace the filters. So we're resetting that. So we push and hold the mode button, push mode a couple more times until we get to IF90, so that's filter one filter. Set to reset. Repeat that for filters 2, 3, and 4. Leave the RO, we're not changing that here, so we'll leave that number there. And then back to water. We can see that the pump's spinning. We can see that there's water moving from the bottom tank to the top tank, which is good. Now we just need to check that that's actually happening. So, spinning the machine back around. This white tray that we put in, we want to very quickly pull that back out, and we're looking to see that there's this stream of water here. This is very important. That's the return from the reverse osmosis membrane back into that bottom tank. If that water's not flowing, please give me a call. There's a couple other parts in another video that I need to show you. So, grabbing this tray back in very quickly. Grabbing our leak sensor gasket, putting that back on the bottom I'd recommend only just putting that on just very, very barely, because these things, they can be really difficult to get off. Spinning the machine back around, confirming that the driplets are on, so the water generator is on, the cool is lit up, which means the cooling function is on. We've got the pump spinning, so now that we're happy with all of this, cover back on, push and hold dispense to make sure water comes out, and we're back in business.